What's going on, Colts Nation? I appreciate you joining me for another video where in this one I want to talk a little bit about the Raiders game, right? And really just talk about not even so much the Raiders game. I want to talk about the team, how we're looking, right? You saw the thumbnail coming into this thing. This team can't be stopped. It's absolutely incredible what we're doing right now. Like for years, man, for years on different fronts. Like I told people for years, Daniel Jones wasn't the problem in New York, and that he just needed to go somewhere else where they could actually build a good team and they would actually try to do the things that a winning organization does. And he goes to the Colts, who for years I've tried to tell people this team has all the talent. We just need a quarterback to come in and be able to orchestrate things in a way where it's going to work. We also had to get rid of Gus Bradley, bring somebody else in. Obviously, there's different parts of the personnel that needed to change as well. And everything has culminated into this year in what we're doing. Daniel Jones coming over, being the quarterback that seemingly we needed. And then for the team, we bring in Charvarius Ward, who is a true lockdown corner right now. He's playing incredible football. Geno Smith decided for a period of the game to continue to test him, and he kept knocking the ball away, and it was incredible to watch. And then, of course, the rest of the defense coming around, even with the injuries. This defense coming around. Before the season, I did my second season's prediction video, and I told people, like, this defense, early on, I thought we would take a couple of losses because the defense would have to take some time to come around in this new scheme. You have guys doing a completely different thing than what Gus Bradley was doing in this new defense. So I thought it would take some time for everybody to come around and to really get into the groove in this defense, and seemingly that seems to be happening. Xavier Howard retires and they have their best game of the season. Now week 1 was against Xavier Howard's old team. He helped us put up a game plan against that offense to where we only gave up 8 points in that game. This game against the Raiders, offensively we put up more points, defensively we give up less points. So overall, best game of the year for the Colts coming in week 5, everything really starting to roll on all cylinders. So this team and what we're doing right now, you can only play the people who are against you. We have some different games coming up that, could be difficult. We'll see what happens. Cardinals just lost to the Titans in incredibly embarrassing fashion. They dropped their running back, dropped the ball right as he was going in for a touchdown. Took away a touchdown. Then another crazy play where the Titans end up getting a touchdown end up getting a touchdown on a fumble recovery after an interception of all things. And then you end up in a spot where the Titans get a field goal. They end up winning that game. We have the Titans in 3 weeks. We've already beat them once. This one's going to be in Lucas Oil, and the Colts are playing their best football in Lucas Oil. Right? We're now through 5 weeks. We've had 3 home games. The games at Lucas Oil have been incredible. Obviously, the game against the Broncos was against a more difficult team, but Daniel Jones did his thing. JT did his thing. Defense up and down game in that one. But for the most part, able to come out with a win. And then, of course, the Rams on the road. Game we should have won. We should be 5-0 right now. Mistakes happen. It is what it is. We move forward. This team is different than before because in years past, this team, right, you look at what the Colts have done in years past. Teams that we should have beaten easily, we played with our food and barely won the game, made mistakes and barely won the game, or made mistakes and lost the game, right? And then against good teams, just getting outclassed. This team is playing to the same level every week, right? Of course, again, in week 4, we made mistakes, but without 2 touchdowns coming off the board, we end up winning that game. And so this team being able to put away bad teams, like great teams beat bad teams. That's just the way it is. Great teams beat bad teams. And we are obliterating bad teams. The point differential is like plus 76 or something. It's more than 70 points at this point. And so for us to be able to do what we're doing is incredibly promising for the future, right? You look at the injuries that we've had to deal with, different weeks dealing with different injuries, and the guys that are coming in, stepping up, making plays. right? Ashton Doolin plays the entire game instead of as wide receiver 4, having to step up as essentially wide receiver 2. There on the outside, and Josh Downs is as a slot. Josh Downs had just had his best game of the season, so shout out. Love seeing him be able to get involved. As I sit here, I'm watching. If you see me look up, just know Sunday Night Football just started. I'm recording this video during Sunday Night Football. Josh Downs having his best game of the year. Now, it is disappointing in the game against the Raiders. Tyler Warren needed 51 yards to have the all-time record for most career receiving yards, or most career receiving yards through 5 games of their NFL career for a tight end. He got four catches, 44, and a touchdown in the first half. And then in the second half, he just never touches the ball. So he finished the game with 4 for 44 and a touchdown. Incredibly unfortunate. Thought he was going to have a big day. But Ashton Doolin steps up. So all these different guys. Chris Lamont steps in and steps up when Mike Hilton gets hurt early in the Raiders game. Everybody just playing well. Really, at this point, we just need to make sure Mekhi Blackmon gets different cleats. 2 weeks in a row. Well, one, he tripped. The game against the Rams on Tutu Atwell touchdown, he tripped, but he slipped on the 33-yard catch to Trey Tucker, and those are things you just can't have happen. So we got to get that figured out for sure. But for the most part, man, this team's clicking. Special teams, for everything I said early in the year and in the preseason about the special teams and the issues with Brian Mason and the special teams, we've really got it figured out. Now, there are injuries to be worried about. Obviously, Spencer Schrader, an injury we're going to have to pay attention to. Grover Stewart ended up leaving the game with a biceps injury, and hopefully that's nothing serious. Thing with him, he doesn't have to practice to be able to play, in my opinion. So it's going to be hard to tell, right? Going to try to get a good read on it through the week as best as I possibly can for you guys. That would obviously be a massive injury if he can't play. But with us beating the Raiders the way we were, there was no reason for him to have to come back in the game once it came out that, he went out with a biceps injury. So we'll keep an eye on all these things. Is Mike Hilton going to be able to play? But, right now this team is rolling. This next man up mentality, we're coming in, we're beating bad teams. And we got another game in Lucas Oil Stadium. Harrison Jr. returning home. Where he grew up as a kid with Marvin Harrison here, so going to be interesting to see what happens. But again, I feel good about us against the Cardinals. To be honest, I'll continue to look at things and look at the matchup and see where I think they might give us trouble. But I feel good about us, man. Honestly, for the upcoming week, for the year going forward, I think we just continue to get better defensively. I think getting more athleticism on the defense, like, not to take a shot at Xavier Howard, like, it's really not, but just we're going to be better on defense without him, honestly. So really thrilled with where we're at. Like, we deserve this, man. We've been through so much since Andrew Luck retired. Uncle Phil gave us a good year in 2020. We won some games. We made it to the playoffs. And so we've had a good season. There have been, obviously, 2021. JT went off, so we had some good times there. But it's been such a roller coaster ride to be a Colts fan. And right now, this roller coaster just tick, 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 tick. And we keep going up. We look incredible. I honestly believe that we can beat anybody in the NFL. We can play with anybody in the NFL. I think we're going to be a problem for anybody in the NFL to beat. So I feel incredible. I feel like this team is going to be incredibly difficult to stop as we go forward. And this is where I want to know what you guys are thinking. How you guys feel about the Colts 5 weeks in. I feel like after the Rams game, there were people that still thought, well, look at the mistakes we made. We're reverting back to old mistakes. But then we come out and we in the past we would come out and make those mistakes again, right? But this time, how we responded, I think, says a lot about this team. Came out and not only won, but we came out and dominated the Raiders from start to finish in all 3 phases. So you guys let me know how you feeling about this Colts team now that we're in week 5. We're 4-1. We look like a powerhouse, in my opinion. What do you guys think? I want to see what the pulse is for Colts Nation, for this community. Where do you guys think the Colts are in terms of the pecking order in the NFL? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on where we're at right now. I'd love to see, your optimism, pessimism, whatever it may be. You let me know down in the comment section. I love hearing from you guys. And of course, if you enjoy the content, hit the like button. Got plenty more content coming, not only today, but also throughout the rest of this week. So make sure you guys subscribed. Make sure you guys have notifications on, and I'll talk to you guys soon. All right. So with that, as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go Colts.